Assalomu alaykum. Bugungi Matbuot anjumanimiz qatnashchilari, ommaviy axborot vositalari vakillari, hurmatli mehmonlar. Bugungi tadbirimiz Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetining hozirgi faoliyati, undagi hozirgi kundagi yo'nalishlar hamda xabaringiz bor, joriy yilning 25-aprel sanasida universitet o'z eshiklarini talabgorlar uchun ochiq deb e'lon qilgan. Ushbu jarayon bilan bog'liq bo'lgan savollaringizga bugungi anjumanimizda javob olishingiz imkoni mavjud bo'ladi.
Good morning and welcome everyone to our press conference dedicated to the admission process of the new Uzbekistan University for the new academic year of 2022-2023. We would like to welcome all of you, and you will have an opportunity to ask your questions related to the admission process.
Ruxsatingiz bilan so'z navbatini Prezident ta'lim muassasalari agentligi direktori Umarova Xilg'uktabniga beramiz.
Rahmat. Assalomu alaykum hurmatli ommaviy axborot vosita xodimlari, hurmatli mehmonlar. Avvalambor barchangizni ushbu Yangi O'zbekiston universitetimizda ko'rib turganimizdan bag'oyat xursandmiz. Bilamizki, Prezident ta'lim muassasalari agentligi hozirgi kunda barcha viloyatlarda prezident maktablari, ixtisoslashtirilgan maktablar, ijod maktablar tashkil qilingan va mana o'tgan oyda ham prezidentimiz farmonlari, ya'ni ixtisoslashtirilgan maktablarni har bir tumanlarda tashkil etish borasida farmon imzolandi va shundan joizki, yildan yilga iqtidorli o'quvchilarni yanada keng qamrab olish uchun bu katta imkoniyatdir. Va o'tgan yili hurmatli yurtboshimiz, ya'ni prezident maktablarining birinchi bitiruvchilari hamda iqtidorli yoshlar, barcha yoshlarga, ya'ni prezident maktablarini davomi sifatida Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti tashkil qilindi va 51-58 sonli prezidentimiz qarorlariga binoan ushbu universitet ochilishida ham bir qancha, ya'ni o'rganishlar, izlanishlar olib borildi. Ya'ni universitet qanday bo'lishi kerak degan savollar, o'z oldiga missiyalar qo'yildi. Va shuni aytishimiz joizki, ya'ni O'zbekistonimiz uchun, O'zbekistonni taraqqiyoti uchun, sanoatda yana ham kengayish, ya'ni shu ta'limni sanoat bilan integratsiyasi, ilm-fan bilan integratsiyasi borasida biz bir qancha davlatlarni o'rgandik. Va bunda shu Germaniya Myunxen texnika universiteti, ya'ni universiteti bilan hamkorlik qildik. Bu ta'lim jarayoni, baholash tizimi, umuman dasturi. Shu bilan birgalikda bilamizki, dunyodagi shu birinchi o'rinlardan axborot texnologiyalari yo'naltirilgan universitet, bu Massachusetts texnologiya instituti ham bor. Ular bilan ham hamkorlikni joriy qildik. Albatta, bu universitetlarni tanlashdan oldin qolgan davlatlarda ham izlanish, bunda hozir biz bir qancha davlatlar o'rganilmoqda va shuni aytishimiz joizki, Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti, ya'ni barchasi xalqaro standartlar asosida, ya'ni o'tgan yili ya'ni o'qish jarayoni, qabul jarayoni ishga tushdi. Хорошо, привод класс.
Welcome everyone for today's our press conference about our university. So we actually would like to let you know that our university has been established last year by the decree of our President, His Excellency Shavkat Mirziyoyev. And also currently we have under our agency more than 14 presidential schools and specialized in creative schools in the different regions. And also under the agency we established a new university as a new Uzbekistan University this year. And with the three departments, which is majority of our the country, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, and software engineering has received his first students as a freshman. and currently we have only first year student at the university. And also by designing our curriculum, we have cooperation with famous universities around the world, such as Technical University of Munich and Massachusetts Institute of Technologies, which are very popular and very famous in the world by the different directions, such as software engineering and chemical and mechanical. And thank you for your coming all, and we will continue for our speech in English.
Va 2021-22 yilda yani Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetida muhandislik fakulteti tashkil qilindi. Kimyo muhandisligi, mexanika muhandisligi hamda dasturiy ta'minot muhandisligi. Hozirgi kunda, ya'ni o'tgan yili mobaynida o'sha 6000 dan ziyod ya'ni hujjatlarni, ya'ni applikantlarimiz, abituriyentlarimiz topshirishdi va hozirgi kunda 180 ta talabalarimiz. Bularning orasida prezident maktablarini bitiruvchilari ham, bizda mana o'tgan yili 96 nafar prezident maktabi bitiruvchilari bo'lgan bo'lsa, ulardan 60 ga yaqin o'quvchilar, ya'ni 70 dan ziyod foizi Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetida shu yo'nalishda ta'lim olib kelishmoqda. Albatta bugun mana bizni mehmonlarimiz ham tashrif buyurishgan, universitetning faxriy prezidenti ham professor Herman tashrif buyurganlar, Germaniya elchimiz ham janob elchimiz ham tashrif buyurganlar. Ya'ni bugungi bizni matbuot anjumanimizda kengroq, ya'ni barcha yoshlarga universitetimizda qanday imkoniyatlar va bu yilga qo'ygan rejalarimiz borasida muhokama olib boramiz.
So as we mentioned before, we have 3 new departments as we run from the last year, and also admission process also held in August. So we had more than 6,000 applicants for the admission, and among them we have only accepted 187 students that they are currently studying at the university and in 3 departments. And also among them, we have talented students from presidential school under our agency. So in the last year we have 96 graduates from presidential school. Among them, 70% of the presidential school graduates has been accepted to study at the New Uzbekistan University. And also, it's very good sign for us that while accepting kind of talented students from the best schools in Uzbekistan, so we will train very experienced engineers in the future.
Va bu yilda 2022-22 o'quv yilini qabuli ochiq deb e'lon qilamiz va bu yerda shu bizni ya'ni kimyo muhandisligi, mexanika muhandisligi, axborot texnologiyalari yo'nalishi, dasturiy ta'minot, nano va ilg'or materiallar muhandisligi va eng asosiy shu management yo'nalishi, ya'ni sanoat boshqaruvi yo'nalishlarini hozirda bu yilga biz reja qilib oldik. Va bir narsani aytishimiz joizki, bizni mana iqtidorli yoshlarimiz bu barcha uchun, ya'ni o'sha ixtisoslashtirilgan prezident maktablari bilan birgalikda barcha o'rta ta'limda tahsil olayotgan o'quvchilarimiz uchun keng imkoniyatdir. Va yana shuni aytishimiz kerakki, ushbu imtihon jarayonlari borasida ham biz doimiy ravishda har bir shu kanallarimizda, ommada biz doimiy ravishda qanday bo'lishi borasida tartibi bo'yicha ham aytib o'tamiz.
So in this coming new academic year, in 2022 and 2023, we have opened our application process from April 25. So the process will continue until June 20th. And we are going to run new 2 departments. So in the next academic year, we will have 5 departments in the 2 faculties. Such as in the School of Engineering, we will have mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and the software engineering, and the new one will be nano and advanced materials engineering, which is very unique major of the faculties of the universities around the world. And also we are going to exciting to announce about our new industrial management department, and also the faculty also will be management faculty in the new academic year.
Yana mana o'qish davomida ya'ni bizni 180 nafar hozirgi kunda bitta o'quvchilarimiz, birinchi kurs o'quvchilarimiz birinchi kundanoq ya'ni ilm fan bilan bog'langanligini aytishimiz joiz. Va shu bilan birgalikda sanoatga ham bog'laganligi. Buni mana yaqinda kuni bizning o'quvchilarimiz, ya'ni birinchi kurs bitiruvchilarimiz o'zlarining loyihalari bilan Germaniyaning Texnika universitetida o'zlari tajriba, ya'ni amaliyotlarini o'tab keldilar. Bu universitetning o'ziga xosligi birinchi kursdanoq ish bilan ta'minlanilishi, birinchi kursdanoq amaliyotga joriy qilinishi va o'zining loyihasini har bir talaba o'zining loyihasiga ega bo'lishidir. Albatta hozirda mana mehmonlarimiz ham o'zlari shu talabalarimiz o'sha Germaniyaga tashrifi barchasi borasida aytib o'tishadi. Keyinchalikda savollar bo'lsa, rahmat barchaga.
So the uniqueness of our university is the integration in between education and the industry. If you see kind of significant, let's say, the effect of our students is they use like theoretical knowledge to the practice at the beginning stages. I mean, from the freshman year, and also currently we have a cooperation with the domestic industrial companies that our students can do some like internships during their summer breaks. At the same time, we have international cooperation like with the universities, as I mentioned before. The last week, our 10 students, like 10 best students, had the internship in Germany at Technical University of Munich, and we have a guest here. So they will also give some like information about the short-term internship in Germany, and also it's just the beginning of our the procedure at our university, and we are going to increase the number of the internships in the future. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask.
Rahmat. Keyingi so'z navbatini muhtaram mehmonlarimizning ruxsati bilan bugungi tadbirimizning faxriy mehmonlaridan biri sanalmish Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetining faxriy prezidenti Dr. Wolfgang Hermann janoblariga beramiz.
Thank you everyone for your attention, and next we would like to give the speech to the honorary president of our university, Dr. Wolfgang Hermann. He's right here and he will be giving his presentation.
Dear Mrs. Umarova, Your Excellency, the German Ambassador to Uzbekistan, ladies and gentlemen, I knew cautious, research-oriented, interdisciplinary, and competitive under the spirit of entrepreneurship. This is really a remarkable development which you will not find so many times in the world. So with this new university, I am convinced Uzbekistan will receive visibility on the scientific and engineering platform in the world, and will get notable exchange and alliance partner in especially the technical disciplines. Now, since Uzbekistan has a long and great cultural history, now can move forward also into the industrial, scientific, science-based, technology-based world. This country has many resources, almost the entire periodic table, I tend to say as a chemist. But even more important is the resources of talents, of young talents in your country. And to identify them properly, to develop them, this is really the gold mine, the true gold mine for the future. Now it's my great honor to act as the honorary president of this new university and to help a highly professional team to develop the university on international standards. The university already has been recruiting faculty, professors, who indeed do have international experience and have experience in research. Because if they wouldn't have this, they could never get the spirit to the young generation. And so, in the moment, the university is on the right way, I can assure you. And as regards the partnerships of this university, and you can see the wonderful universities like Technical University of Munich. This is my university. I will say a few words on it because this has to be justified. You know that I am the honorary president. MIT and quite a number of others are helping and escorting the new university to come to success. I may say a few words about myself. I do have, to put it easy, two professional lives which interact, which are interconnected with each other. My first professional life was university teacher and researcher. I'm a chemist by training. I studied chemistry in my young years, which time has long passed, under the Nobel Prize winner Ernst Otto Fischer in Munich. And after various stations, I also worked in the United States as a postdoc at Pennsylvania State University, at German universities, with close contacts to industry, especially the big chemical industries like Höchst and Degussa, BASF, also Linde company. And in '85 I was appointed chair of inorganic and organometallic chemistry at the Technical University of Munich to succeed Ernst Otto Fischer. So for 10 years I was in the laboratory, so to say. In my first professional life, round about 180 young people received their PhD thesis under my guidance, and many of them are professors, international universities, but also work in industry. There's even a few CEOs among them, by the way. Now, my second professional life actually developed more or less logically, you could say, from the first one, and this is president of Technical University of Munich, as which I was elected in the year of 1995, and I stayed in office after several re-elections until 1999, so being the longest serving president of a European university. During that time, the Technical University of Munich developed as an international university. I initiated alliances and partnerships around the world, like in China. I started a branch of our university in Singapore exactly 20 years ago, which has become successful. And I have learned that alliances and interactions in academia always have to consider the culture of the respective country and the way of thinking that people have there. So one always have to meet the new cultures with great respect and try to understand the behavior of the people there. And this is, I think, our key success factor. Because if people trust in each other, then they get successful, and trustful interaction is the most important prerequisite in that. So finally, I'm happy that the Technical University of Munich, including TUM International, which is the platform for internationalization of the TUM, and actually I founded this platform also quite some time ago, is now present in Tashkent to help the new international university to become truth. And if I finally, you allow me to say that not only the idea and the rapid development of this new university and its challenge impressed me a lot, but also beyond that, the excellent reform of the high school system that is going on in Uzbekistan. This is a key success factor, I'm sure, to also pick the talent that fit to a certain type of school, like the residential schools or the professional schools and so on, and to further develop this talent, which always should be in the center of any consideration. So we are going to support this development because we are convinced it's worth it. Uzbekistan is now on this platform. It receives international visibility, and that's the reason why it's worth to be supported by people like me. Technical University, to finally come to an end, is one of the leading European universities. It is a full brand university, which means it covers not only natural sciences, engineering, social sciences, but also medicine. We do have an excellent medicine university hospital, also the German Heart Center. And I think we can provide a lot of expertise, different expertises to NUU, and we always will be looking at interdisciplinarity, because the world also changes dramatically, not only around us, as we all know, but also in science. The successful scientific approach is interdisciplinary and is international. We always have to benchmark ourselves to know whether we are on the right level. Thank you very much.
Avvalambor assalomu alaykum, hurmatli haloqtamna, hurmatli elchi va xonimlar va janoblar. Hozirgi kunda Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti bu albatta shu jamiyatda, davlatda amalga oshirilayotgan taraqqiyotning bir bosh asosi, ilk qadamlaridan biridir. Ya'ni bu shu O'zbekistonning taraqqiyotiga, kelajagining asosidir. va mazkur loyiha va tashabbus bilan chiqqan yurtbosh, ya'ni shu prezidentimiz prezident Shavkat Miromonovichga o'z katta minnatdorchiligimni bildiraman va mazkur universitetning xalqaro arenada, ya'ni o'zining munosib o'rnini egallab kelayotganligi avvalambor shu ta'lim tilining ingliz tilida bo'lganligi va to'liq research, ya'ni tadqiqot ishlariga asoslanganligi va shuningdek yuqori malakali xorijiy va mahalliy professorlar jarayonga jalb etilganligi, faoliyat yuritayotgan professorlarning faqatgina o'sha ilmiy salohiyati bilan bir qatorda ularning amaliyotda, tadqiqotda kuchli tajribaga ega ekanliklari ham inobatga olinayotganligi bu universitetning eng katta yutug'i hisoblanib kelmoqda. Shuningdek, barchaga ma'lumki, O'zbekiston o'zining juda boy tarixiga, madaniyatiga, an'anasiga ega va albatta bu narsa juda ham qadrlanishi kerak. Biz Myunxen mazkur universitet, Germaniyadagi hamkor universitet haqida gapirganimizda ham mazkur universitetining muvaffaqiyati, ya'ni shu butun mana shu narsaga, madaniyatga, tarixga katta e'tibor qaratayotganligi va doimiy ravishda hamkorlari bilan shaffoflik, adolat bilan hamkorlik yo'nalishlarini yo'lga qo'yganligi bilan juda uning eng katta yutug'i hisoblanadi. Men hozir kunda Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetining prezidenti ekanligimdan, ya'ni faxriy prezidenti ekanligimdan juda ham mamnunman va bu faxrlanaman. Hozirgi kunda universitetda shu barcha yo'nalishlari bo'yicha xalqaro talablarga javob bera oladigan, ya'ni faoliyat yurityapti. Hozir birma-bir sanab o'tilganda, hozir aytib o'tganimizdek, shu yuqori malakali xodimlarning, professor va tadqiqotchilarning jalb etilayotganligi e'tirofga sazovordir. Men ishonch bilan ayta olamanki, Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti to'g'ri yo'lda. Va o'z faoliyatim haqida ma'lumot berganimda ikki yo'nalishga bo'lgan bo'lar edim. Birinchi yo'nalishim, ya'ni o'zimni kimyo mutaxassisi sifatida, ya'ni professor va tadqiqotchi sifatida faoliyatimni o'z hayotimdagi tajribamning birinchi qismida berar edim. Ya'ni shu professor tadqiqotchi bo'lib ishlaganlari va shuningdek Pensilvaniya, Germaniya kabi sanoat korxonalari, sanoat tashkilotlari bilan yaqindan hamkorlik qiladigan universitetlarda faoliyat yuritganliklari va shuningdek 1985-yildan ya'ni Myunxen Texnika universitetining rasman boshi, ya'ni chair etib tayinlanganligi va mazkur lavozimda 10 yil davomida ishlaganliklarini, to'liq vaqtlarini shu laboratoriyaga, amaliyotga yo'naltirganliklarini e'tirof etib o'tdilar va shu 10 yil davomida 180 ga yaqin shogirdlarni voyaga yetkazdim. Hozirgi kunda shu 180 shogirdlarim, ya'ni shu PhD'larni qo'lga kiritgan, hozirgi kunda shu muvaffaqiyatga erishgan professorlar hisoblanmoqda. Va o'z faoliyatimni ikkinchi qismini shu Myunxen Texnika universitetida prezident bo'lganligim bilan aytishim mumkin. Ya'ni 1995-yilda mazkur universitetning rasman prezidenti etib tayinlandim. Va shu narsani bir e'tirof etib o'tish kerakki, ya'ni shu Yevropa universitetlarida eng ko'p yillar mobaynida shu universitet prezidenti sifatida faoliyat yuritgan prezidentlardan biri hisoblanaman. Va shuningdek mazkur yillarda, ya'ni shu mening faoliyatim davrida universitet xalqaro arenada tezlik bilan o'sa boshladi, ya'ni xalqaro hamkor davlatlar bilan u yerda universitetlar ochish, ularni qo'llab-quvvatlash yo'nalishlari bo'yicha turli yordamlarni ko'rsatib keldik. Va shuningdek Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti bilan bir qatorda O'zbekiston Respublikasida ta'lim yo'nalishi bo'yicha amalga oshirilayotgan reformalarni yana bir bor e'tirof etib o'tardim. Ayniqsa iqtidorli o'quvchilarni saralab olish va ular bilan ishlash yo'nalishlari bo'yicha amalga oshirilayotgan va O'zbekistonda ochilayotgan prezident va ixtisos maktablari ham bu e'tirofga loyiqdir. Albatta bu iqtidorli o'quvchilarni, ularni ilmiy, ijodiy, intellektual salohiyatini ochib berish bu albatta shu davlatning, jamiyatning taraqqiyotiga asos bo'ladi. Yangi va shuningdek mazkur tashkilot nafaqat faqatgina tabiiy fanlar yoki bo'lmasa ijtimoiy fanlar, kimyo muhandisligi kabi fanlar bilan, balki tibbiyot yo'nalishi bo'yicha ham ko'plab ishlar amalga oshirilmoqda va hozirgi kunda O'zbekiston bilan yanada shu hamkorlik va taraqqiyot yo'nalishi bo'yicha hamkorlikni yanada kengaytirish tarafdorimiz.
Rahmat. Ijozatingiz bilan keyingi so'z navbatini Germaniya Federativ Respublikasining O'zbekiston Respublikasidagi favqulodda va muxtor elchisi doktor Tilo Kliner janoblariga bermoqchimiz.
Thank you so much, Professor Herman. Thank you so much, Gafara Shalnima. The next speech we would like to give to the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Germany to the Republic of Uzbekistan, Dr. Tilo Kliner.
Rahmat, assalamu alaikum. I tried to be a little bit distance here, otherwise it's too loud. Okay, so a very good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for having invited me here to this press conference. I think with my intervention I will only try to concentrate on the gist of what we are doing here and why we are here. And I will leave a little pause for translating it from time to time. I'm very happy that we are here because we have a delegation from the Munich Technical University here for a project which is visionary. When I started to work in Uzbekistan, that was in August last year, I had the opportunity to meet the president shortly after handing over my credentials, and we were talking about many projects or many questions concerning Germany and Uzbekistan and the relation of both countries. But this very university he was mentioning, and he told that it is very important for him and very central, and that he is putting his trust into the cooperation with Germany and with the Technical University of Munich. And so I'm very happy that we have a delegation here. Actually, there was a delegation of this university in Germany 2 weeks ago. So at this very important initial phase of the university, we are working together, both universities are working together, and Professor Herman is today here in order to further strengthen this cooperation.
Hammaga assalomu alaykum. Meni mazkur press konferensiyaga taklif etganligingizdan o'z minnatdorchiligimni bildiraman. Avvalambor savol, nima uchun biz bu yerdamiz? Avvalambor men O'zbekistonda ekanligimdan juda ham xursandman. Men o'tgan yil avgust oyida shu elchi sifatida tayinlandim. Germaniya tomonidan O'zbekistonga shu rasman elchi sifatida tayinlandim va muhtaram prezident bilan uchrashish imkoniyatiga ega bo'ldim. Uchrashuv jarayonida ko'plab hamkorliklar yo'nalishida ikki davlat o'rtasidagi turli hamkorlik, amalga oshirish rejalashtirilgan ishlar va turli savollar bo'yicha muhokamalar, ya'ni suhbatlashish imkoniyatiga ega bo'ldim va shunda shu prezident Shavkat Miramonovich tomonidan Germaniyada joylashgan Texnika München universiteti bilan Yangi O'zbekiston universitetining hamkorlik qilishi bu albatta prezident tomonidan, davlat tomonidan bu katta ishonch. Va 2 hafta oldin delegatsiya, ya'ni talabalardan va mutaxassislardan iborat delegatsiya shu Germaniyaga o'z tashrifi bilan bordi va hozirgi kundagi professor Hermanning ham O'zbekistondagi tashrifi Yangi O'zbekiston va München universitetining hamkorligini yanada rivojlantirishiga sabab bo'ladi.
So what is the vision actually we are pursuing with this? The vision is actually, as it says, to be a catalyst, a technical university which is covering a broad array of engineering, natural sciences, and also partially social sciences, should actually form the core of a cluster, of industries which actually are developing in interaction with the university. It gives exactly the biotope where you can develop new concepts, new ideas, and in the interaction between science, between the society which is living around, and the companies. The young students who are here, who are among the best and the brightest of this country, will learn from the very beginning also to interact, to, when they're doing research, thinking about their application, when they are working on a thesis, to talk to companies around and developing new concepts needed by the society, and therefore give their share, their support to the new Uzbekistan this country wants to achieve.
Avvalambor Myunxen universitetining ya'ni maqsadlaridan biri o'sha Yangi O'zbekiston bilan birga bilamizki, shu muhandislik, sanoat, shu kimyo muhandisligi yo'nalishlari bo'yicha keng tarmoqlarga ega. Ya'ni yosh talabalarning amalga oshirayotgan tadqiqotlari, kuzatishlarini to'liq amaliyotga tatbiq qilgan holda, ya'ni shu ishlab chiqarish tashkilotlari, sanoatlar bilan hamkorlikda amalga oshirayotganligi bu katta natija olib keladi. Ya'ni shu O'zbekistonning sanoat yo'nalishini rivojlanishiga sabab bo'ladi va asos bo'ladi. Ya'ni shu jarayonning to'liq amaliyotga tatbiq etilayotganligi e'tirof etilmoqda.
At another occasion, I talked to the president, which was immediately after his second inauguration speech in last autumn. He was also telling me why he was putting his trust into the Technical University of Munich, because he was impressed by the cluster of industries which have developed around this university. And making some of these companies the very top performers in the world, exactly because the concepts from this university are actually immediately applied in the product development, immediately applied in the concepts, immediately applied in the software which is developed there. And the idea is a holistic one. Professor Hermann has talked about interdisciplinary approach, or sometimes you call it a biotope. That is very important. And I think that Technical University of Munich, being at the center of this biotope in Upper Bavaria, they are actually have developed into a leading university in Europe and the world. So now here with this project, Uzbekistan is also trying to be on the world's map, trying to create a center of excellence. We are sharing this vision. We want to support new Uzbekistan, and if we can help, if we can cooperate, we are always ready to do that. We are here to support you. Thank you very much.
Prezident Shavkat Miromonovich inauguratsiya nutqi jarayonida nega aynan Myunxen universitetini tanlaganlik sababini aytib o'tdilar. Ya'ni mazkur universitet atrofida sanoatlar klaster usulida tashkillashtirilganligi prezidentning e'tiborlarini tortganligi va shu sababli ularning ishonchiga sabab bo'lganligini aytib o'tmoqdalar. Va shuningdek ya'ni shu universitetda ta'lim oluvchilarning tadqiqotlari o'sha zahoti u dasturiy ta'minot bo'ladimi, muhandislik bo'ladimi, o'sha zahoti amaliyotga tatbiq etilayotganligi bu juda katta yutuqdir. Ya'ni Myunxen universiteti nafaqat Yevropadagi yetakchi universitet, balki butun dunyodagi eng nufuzli universitetlardan hisoblanadi. Va hozirgi kunda Yangi O'zbekiston universitetini ham, ya'ni shu jahon xaritasida umuman butun dunyoda shu munosib markaz, ya'ni munosib oliy ta'limi bo'lishi uchun biz tomonimizdan qanday bir hamkorlik, qanday bir yordam kerak bo'lsa, biz tayyormiz.
Rahmat. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Hurmatli matbuot anjumani ishtirokchilari, endi ruxsatingiz bilan tadbirimizning ikkinchi qismiga o'tsak, ya'ni savol-javob qismiga. Hurmatli hamkasblar, savollaringiz bo'lsa bemalol berishingiz mumkin. Agentligimiz rahbariyati hamda universitet rahbariyati savollaringizga javob berishga tayyor. Hozir Xettinger xonim universitetning talabalarining qisqacha amaliyot o'tib kelishganda xabaringiz bor, shu haqida gapirib o'tmoqchi ekanlar.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency Ambassador, once again. Thank you so much, for translating. Now we would like to give the speech to Ms. Friederike Hettinger. She is the Managing Director of TUM International GmbH in Germany, Munich, where the students of our university and the academic staff had a pleasure to visit and pass a short internship. We would like to pass the speech to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure being here today. As already mentioned by Professor Hermann and also Dr. Klinner, TUM International, we are the international arm of the Technical University of Munich, and we are the strategic and operative partner of piima, the agency which is run by Ms. Hilola Umarova, and we are advising, escorting the new Uzbekistan University to become an entrepreneurial and engaged university. And we started our cooperation 1 year ago, and you cannot imagine, we have been in touch with the NUU team. I'm looking at the team, it is here, I think, on a daily basis. So whenever I am here in Uzbekistan, it's like coming home to, to a team and to a family. We have been developing concepts, ideas around research programs, curricula, HR, human resource management, and in particular about embedding the university into a vibrant innovation ecosystem, as mentioned by Dr. Klinner. We are about to initiate relationships with the local, regional, and international industries in order to actually live innovation and entrepreneurship and not only talk about it. And last week, as already mentioned by Ms. Hilola, 9 exceptional Uzbek students from the new Uzbekistan University visited us in Munich with excellent professors. And well, yes, it was a pretty exciting agenda. It was a whole week of innovation and entrepreneurship. They grasped an idea of how technology transfer is being accomplished at the university in Munich, at TUM in Munich. We visited large corporations such as Knorr-Bremse. We have been doing some active practical learned about
Namlo va ilg'or material muhandislik bo'yicha o'sha qolgan kvotalar belgilangan.
Rahmat. Savollaringiz bo'lsa marhamat. Bemalol. O'zingiz tanishtiring.
Rahmat katta. O'tgan yili hurmatli yurtboshimiz, ya'ni birinchi o'quv yili umuman talabalarga barchasiga grant asosida. Chunki o'quvchilarimiz juda ham yuqori o'rinlarda hamda prezident maktablarini bitiruvchilari, iqtidorli o'quvchilar, olimpiadadan kirgan o'quvchilarimiz tashkil etgan. Va o'tgan yili shu barcha yoshlarga grant asosida, ya'ni o'quv yili grant asosida 180 tani qabul qildik. Bu yilda hozir Vazirlar Mahkamasi qarori, ya'ni hozirda kutmoqdamiz. Albatta bu yil ham grant bo'ladi, asosiy qismi, sababi imtihon jarayonlari ham bir necha bosqichdan iborat bo'ladi. Va eng asosiy maqsad prezidentimizning g'oyalari bu iqtidorli yoshlarni qo'llab-quvvatlash. Bilamiz, mana prezident maktablarini qancha sharoitlar yaratib berildi. Bu esa Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti. Buni prezident maktablarini bitiruvchilarini agar olsak, har bir o'quvchilarimiz xorijda hali o'qish tugamasdan bir qancha oliygohlarga kirib borishmoqda. Lekin hurmatli yurtboshimizning g'oyalari o'zimizning O'zbekistonimizda xorijdagi eng yuqori top universitetlarni professorlarini taklif qildik. Eng yuqori shu dasturi borasida o'zimizning O'zbekistonimizda, ona vatanimizda, ya'ni ta'lim olishiga keng imkoniyatlar yaratib berishda o'zlari bosh bo'lib turibdilar. Va albatta bu yil ham kvotalar asosida hozir 300 ga yaqin rejaga qo'yilgan, lekin shu bilan birgalikda eng asosiy sifatga qattiq qaraladi va iqtidorlilarga albatta grant asosi, ya'ni o'quv yili uchun grantlar ajratilgan. U ham bo'lsa shu bir qancha o'zini bosqichlari bor. Ikkinchi savolingizga o'tsak, ya'ni ish bilan ta'minlash. Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti boshqa universitetlar bilan shundan farq qiladiki, hozirgi kunda birinchi kursdanoq, ya'ni ish bilan ta'minlash bolalarimizni praktikasi. Mana xoriji deymizmi, o'zimizni mahalliy deymizmi, mana xorijni birinchi marotaba O'zbekistondan talabalar borib Myunxen universitetida praktikasini o'tashdi. Bir qancha katta korxonalarga tashrif buyurishdi. Oz vaqtdan keyin videosini qo'yib berishni so'raymiz. Ya'ni katta kompaniya BMW kompaniyasi, Siemens bir qancha shu Germaniyaning sanoatidagi shu kompaniyalarga tashrif buyurishdi. Talabalar ko'rdiki, ya'ni laboratoriya jihozlari, boshqa qanday sharoitda, ya'ni yangi ixtirolar borasida ham, ya'ni shu professorlarimiz bilan birgalikda amaliyotni o'tab kelishdi. Hozirda mana keyingi bosqichlarimizda boshqa davlatlarni ham praktikasini, ya'ni amaliyotini hozir yo'lga qo'yishga reja qo'yganmiz. Mana bu yil yana 2 davlat hozirda rejamizda bor. Lekin shu bilan qaramay, Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti har bir talabani fakulteti yo'nalishiga qarab sanoat bilan bog'lagan. Ya'ni hozir 30 dan ziyod sanoat korxonalari, katta zavodlar, mana o'zimiz ham tashrif buyurib, mana JTL zavodi, Ko'rgaz bir qancha shunday katta zavodlarda, ya'ni bizni talabalarimizni ish bilan ta'minlashi borasida ham 180 ta talaba bo'lgan bo'lsa, hozirda har biri bo'yicha hozirgi kunda aniq ma'lumot, ya'ni yozgi ta'tilida bizni talabalarimiz qayerda ishlashini biz aniq bilamiz. Va shu Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetining asosiy maqsadi ham sanoat korxona bilan bog'liq va shu bilan birgalikda ilmni ham, ya'ni bog'lashimiz. Buni albatta birinchi kursdan boshladik va o'ylaymanki, bu barcha shu tarzda, ya'ni Yangi O'zbekiston Universitetining asosiy g'oyasi ham, missiyasi ham hurmatli yurtboshimiz tomonidan qo'yilgan, ya'ni shu talab ham bu iqtidorli yoshlarimizni o'zini yo'nalishida eng ilg'or xalqaro standartlar, xalqaro arenada, ya'ni raqobatbardosh kadr bo'lishlarida biz amaliy shu talabalar borasida ishlab kelmoqdamiz. Rahmat.
savolingiz uchun katta rahmat. Bizni o'sha universitetda ya'ni belgilab olgan o'zimizni o'sha roadmap deydi, ya'ni yillik 2030-yilgacha bo'lgan o'sha davrni o'z ichiga oladigan ya'ni yo'l xaritamizda o'sha boya ta'kidlab o'tganingizdek o'sha QS University World Ranking yoki Times Higher Education World University Ranking bo'yicha ham ishlarni olib borish rejalashtirilgan. Bunda o'sha birinchi bir asos sifatida, ya'ni nima deydi, natija sifatida ko'rishingiz mumkinki, bizda hozir Times Higher Education tashkiloti bilan to'g'ridan to'g'ri o'sha memorandum imzolangan, ya'ni bunda universitetni o'sha xalqaro akkreditatsiyadan faqatgina o'tibgina qolmasdan, balki o'sha universitetimizni diplomini o'sha butun dunyo, ya'ni butun jahon tan oladigan darajaga olib chiqish bo'yicha hozirda ishlar olib borilyapti. Bunda agar universitetlarni o'sha reytingini belgilab beruvchi tashkilotlarga e'tibor berib qaraydigan bo'lsangiz, o'zlari o'sha har xil kriteriyalar bo'yicha o'sha World University Rankingni belgilab berishadi, ya'ni top 1000 hozirgi vaqtdagi top 500. O'shanda asosiy bizda ya'ni research and development, ya'ni ilmiy izlanish va shu bilan bir qatorda professorlar tomonidan chop qilinayotgan ilmiy maqolalar va shu bilan bir qatorda xalqaro studentlarni Yangi O'zbekistondagi o'sha soni. Bu juda ham bir katta o'sha foydali ball beruvchi kriteriyalardan biri hisoblanadi. Bu hozirgi qilinayotgan o'sha ishlarimizda albatta buni birma-bir inobatga olgan holda hozirda ishlar olib borilmoqda. O'tgan yilgi noyabrda o'tkazilgan, ya'ni Prezident ta'lim muassasalari agentligi tomonidan tashkillashtirilgan xalqaro forumda ham e'tibor bergan bo'lsalar, o'sha xalqaro reyting bo'yicha juda ham katta bir prezentatsiyalar yoki o'sha universitetlarni qanaqa qilib reytingga kirish bo'yicha ham ko'plab o'sha muzokara, ya'ni mulohazalar olib borildi va shu bilan bir qatorda o'sha memorandum imzolash ham bo'ldi. Shuning asosida hozir ishlar olib borilyapti. Xudo xolasa o'sha bu yilda oxiri yoki keyingi yilda boshida o'sha Times Higher Education'da Top 1000 Impact degan reytingi bor. Bu endi ma'lum bir yo'nalishlar bo'yicha o'sha universitet reytingini e'lon qiladigan bir reyting hisoblanadi. O'shanda Yangi O'zbekiston universiteti ham tezlik bilan 2 yil ichida Impact reytingiga kirishni hozirda o'sha kutilyapti.
Rahmat. Yana kimda savol bor hamkasblar? Salat marhum.
Yes, thank you for this question. Actually, what I briefly mentioned convinced me most to also support the new university. And this is the basic reform of the high school system initiated by the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan. Because when I saw these so-called presidential schools and the specialized schools, I was very much convinced that this is the frame to develop the best talent in the natural sciences, and in engineering. And what also convinced me is that the students also lived in dormitories. Also, our students at the new university are in dorms, and I very vividly remember when I was a student 50 years ago, the first thing was to find a tiny little room to live in Munich. That was very difficult. And here I think the school and study conditions are most excellent. Now it's to be hoped for that a reform normally starts little, and one has to watch whether things develop well. But I think the concept is right, and what I have seen with a number of presidential schools and specialized schools, this is the right way to go. Now it has to interpenetrate the entire country, because Uzbekistan is not only Tashkent. And I know this from, for example, Bavaria, which is not only Munich, because we have a vast and large countryside. And as what I have learned is that another many more than 100 new high schools are being started, will be started according to the decree of the president. And if I consider this correctly, it's around about, on the average, 10, more than 10 high schools per district, region. You have 14 districts, I've learned, in different population, of course. But I think you have the correct number. Is it 170 new schools? 94? Yes, 168 new, or 168 high schools of the new type in this year, which is enormous. This is really enormous, and this will find great respect everywhere.
Savolingiz uchun rahmat. Aytib o'tganimdek, ta'lim yo'nalishi bo'yicha amalga oshirilayotgan reformalarning isboti bu Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti va shuningdek maktablarda amalga oshirilayotgan ishlar, ya'ni prezident va ixtisoslashtirilgan maktablarning tashkil etayotganligi va yana shu o'tmishga bir nazar solishni xohlar edim. 50 yil oldin talaba bo'lganimda shu Myunxenda kichik bir yashash uchun kichik bir xona topib yashashim ham ta'lim olish jarayonida biroz qiyinchilik tug'dirgan menda. Hozirgi kunda Yangi O'zbekiston talabalarini ko'ryapmiz, ya'ni boarding school maktablar ham o'quvchilari yotib qolish, ta'lim olishyapti yotib qolib, va ular uchun yaratilgan shart-sharoitlar, yotoqxonalar a'lo darajada ekanligi, e'tirofga loyiqligi aytib o'tildi. Ya'ni O'zbekiston to'g'ri yo'lda, ya'ni reformalar g'oyasi to'g'ri tanlangan. Va butun biz O'zbekiston deganda faqatgina Toshkentni tushunmaymiz va hozirgi kunda yaqinda prezident Shavkat Miramonovich tomonidan tasdiqlangan farmon bo'yicha har bitta hududda, har bir tumanlarda ixtisoslashtirilgan maktablarning tashkil etilayotganligi bu albatta, ya'ni 2021-22 o'quv yilidan 168 ta ixtisoslashtirilgan maktablarning ochilishi ham shu ta'lim yo'nalishi bo'yicha amalga oshirilayotgan reformaning isboti, ya'ni faqatgina ta'lim sifati bu poytaxtda emas, ya'ni O'zbekistonning har bir hududida, har bir tumanida his qilinadi.
Maybe I add one sentence to your question. If I would be asked for an advice, I would say you should do everything possible to qualify teachers in any kind of school. This is the key of everything. One can start 10 new universities, but that makes no sense as long as the school system doesn't work. I know that the Uzbekistan school system is not bad, but it can be improved by the new framework, and this is good. And this very much relaxes me and gives me a good perspective for the new university. But do everything to qualify teachers all the time, because the world is changing so quickly around us. And it very much, the shape of the society tomorrow is very much the result of the interaction of the young people with their teachers. And this also has to do with equal opportunity matters, because not every kid comes from parents who are close to education and science. And so teachers play an important role, besides the parents, of course. And so this is all over the world the key topic, I think. even in Germany, by the way.
Shu o'rinda maslahat sifatida endi aytib o'tmoqchiman, to'g'ri O'zbekistonda shu umumiy o'rta ta'lim maktablarida ham shu maktab tizimida ya'ni ta'lim tizimi yaxshi rivojlangan. U ixtisoslashtirilgan maktab bo'lsin yoki bo'lmasa umumiy o'rta ta'lim maktabi bo'lsin. No, avvalambor ta'lim sifatini yanada takomillashtirish, yanada ko'proq muvaffaqiyatga erishish maqsadida albatta biz doimiy ravishda o'qituvchilarning salohiyati, ya'ni o'qituvchilarning mahoratini oshirish bilan doimiy ravishda ishlashimiz kerak. Ya'ni ularning ya'ni shu maktablarga yuqori malakali, salohiyatli o'qituvchilar bilan ta'minlash ustida doimiy bosh qotirishimiz kerak.
Assalomu alaykum, ismim Doston, Uz 24 nashriyotidan. Savolim hurmatli mehmonlarga edi. Good afternoon, dear guests. We do really appreciate your support, what you do to our educational system. My question is that, are there any student exchange program do you advise us, students, to handle? Because I'm pretty sure that students will be interested to move. For instance, MIT is one of the leading universities in all over the world. So I want to ask some questions related to student exchange program.
Sure, yes, thank you for a general answer, and then you can do more specific details, because indeed exchange programs are a corollary factor of internationalization and making young people known with what goes on in the world. To be frank, when I was even a postdoc in the United States, I did have decent scientific results in my research, but which was most important to me was to learn and experience how people in other parts of the world, in other cultures, and America no doubt is a different culture than the one in Germany, how these people think, how they act, what is their attitude, and it is this exchange which makes us better. And so your professors have experienced foreign countries, foreign cultures and philosophies, and also once you go abroad and find out how people work and act, you come home, you will also detect the values of your own home, and so in other words, first be the best ambassador of your country if you are outside, and if you behave well, of course, then you're a good ambassador. And once you come back, you also can develop your own country. And this is what we expect from the Uzbekistan student, whom we want heavily trained in the interaction with international science community and industry. So one vision, for example, would be to finally have them, let them find companies where they perform with their master's or PhD thesis even, at let's say a BASF or Linde company or whatever, and come back and either start their own company or join a larger company which is already here. But the exchange, you know, that is your question, this will become part of the study course. Still we have to define the sizes of the slots, but this is very important. And TUM International has designed a program and the concept and the program to go along these lines.
harakat qilaman umumiy ma'lumotni berib o'tishda, ya'ni o'quvchilarning almashinuv dasturi bu juda muhim dasturlardan biri hisoblanadi, chunki bu sizning dunyoda jahon miqyosida nimalar amalga bo'layotganligi haqida xabardor bo'lasiz. Albatta, tadqiqotchi sifatida ham boshqa odamlarning madaniyati, tarixi, ular qanday o'ylaydi, qanday fikrlaydi haqida bir tanishib kelib, o'zingizning faoliyatingizda, albatta turli xil amalga oshirayotgan tadqiqot ishlaringizda bu narsani tatbiq qilishingiz mumkin, tajribangiz oshadi. Bu narsa mening tadqiqotlarimda ham o'z aksini topgan. Va albatta biz o'sha xorijda borganimizda, mazkur dasturlarning ishtirokchisi bo'lganimizda biz o'zimizni qisman bo'lsa ham elchi deb his qilamiz. Ya'ni shu O'zbekistonning, ya'ni shu qaysi davlatdan talaba exchange programning a'zosi bo'lar ekan, o'zini bir shu davlatning rasman elchisi, ya'ni uning har tomonlama uning yuzi sifatida tashrif buyuradi va albatta men nafaqat bakalavr darajasida, balki magistratura yoki bo'lmasa PhD darajasida ishlarni amalga oshirib kelib, O'zbekistonda nufuzli korxonalar, sanoat korxonalari, tashkilotlarda faoliyat yuritishni taklif etaman va TUM tashkilotining ham Student Exchange yo'nalishi bo'yicha turli xil dasturlari mavjud.
Qo'shimcha qilib aytishimiz joizki, yana mana biza birinchi bizani shu exchange program, ya'ni Germaniya davlatidan boshlandi. Hozir mana Koreya, Amerika, MIT, Massachusetts texnologiya instituti bilan ham ish olib boryapmiz. Ya'ni bu yerda ham talabalarda, ya'ni o'zlarini loyihalarini bir qancha bosqichdan o'tishadi. O'sha bosqichdan o'tgan, ya'ni yutgan talabalarimizni biz amaliyotga jo'natamiz. Albatta bu juda katta tajriba beradi yoshlarga, talabalik davrida tajriba olish va kelajakda o'zlariga maqsadli o'sha yo'nalishlarni belgilab olishga ham. Hozir bu borasida Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti, mana professorlar jamoasi har biri bilishadi. Yo'nalishlarga qarab biz boshqa davlatlar, ya'ni tajriba laboratoriyalar, mana hozirda bir qancha laboratoriyalar tashkilotlari bilan ham gaplashib qo'yganmiz Koreyada. Shu bilan birgalikda mana keyingi bizani talabalarimizni, ya'ni exchange programmi o'sha Massachusetts texnologiya institutiga hozirda biz e'lon beramiz. Ya'ni o'zimizning talabalarimizdan o'zlari o'sha loyihalarni, ixtirolarini taqdimot qilishadi. Rahmat.
Yana bir narsani aytmoqchi edim, ya'ni boshqa universitetlardan farqli bu programmani. Sababi avvalambor bilsak, talaba almashinuvida asosan qanaqadir bir fanlar asosida tashkil qilinadi. Ya'ni talabalar borganda yoki kredit bo'yicha o'sha universitetga mos keladigan fanlarni tanlagan holda o'zini o'sha bitiruv jarayonida yig'ilgan krediti bilan qanaqadir bir diplomga qo'shimcha bir ball olib kelish mumkin. Bizda bu narsani o'sha boshqa universitetlardan farqli tarafi talabalar, ya'ni real ilmiy tajribaga asoslangan holda eksperiment jarayonlarida qatnashishi. Bu nafaqat kredit, balki o'sha o'zlari qilgan ma'lum bir startap loyihalari asosida yoki o'sha tajribalarni amalga oshirib, keyinchalik o'sha proyekt, ya'ni loyihani o'zimizga tatbiq qilish. Ya'ni o'sha ishlab o'zimizda o'sha O'zbekiston ishlab chiqarish jarayoniga tatbiq qilish, bu albatta o'sha hozirda o'sha davlatimiz rahbarlari tomonidan ham ko'plab ta'kidlab kelinmoqda. Ya'ni o'sha universitetni nafaqat nazariy, balki amaliy jarayonlarni ko'proq tashkillashtirish, ya'ni tashkil qilish, nafaqat o'zimizdagi sanoatni, balki o'sha dunyo tajribalarini o'rgangan holda talabalarni o'sha bu jarayon bilan uzviy bog'liqligini ta'minlash bo'yicha hozir universitetimiz shu ishlarni amalga oshirmoqda. Keyingi o'sha ishlarda ham, ya'ni nafaqat o'sha MIT balki Garvard yoki o'sha NASA laboratoriyalarida ham buni amalga oshirishni rejalashtirganmiz.
Rahmat. Yana savollar bormi? Savollar bo'lmasa, matbuot anjumanimizni yakunlaymiz. Hammaga e'tiboringiz uchun, tashrifingiz uchun kattakon rahmat. Mehmonlarimizga ham, rahbarimizga ham kattakon rahmat. Hozir agar intervyular uchun holga chiqamiz. Marhamat. Rahmat kattakon tashrifingiz uchun.
Yana bir bora chuqur minnatdorchiligimizni bildiramiz. Hurmatli janob professor Herman, janob bizni elchimiz, Germaniya davlatiga elchimiz Miss Hittinger xonim, shu bilan birgalikda barcha bugungi, ya'ni matbuot anjumanimizga tashrif buyurgan mehmonlar, barchangizga katta rahmat. Bir narsani aytishimiz joizki, hurmatli yurtboshimiz yoshlar uchun juda katta imkoniyatlar yaratib berdilar va bir narsani xohlardikki, ushbu yoshlar barchasi shu izlanib, intilib, hali ta'limni ham, amaliyotni ham shu o'rinda ilm bilan birgalikda o'ylaymizki, kelajagimiz uchun eng asosiysi shu ilg'or har taraflama bizni vatanimiz uchun kerakli kadr bo'lib yetishadi va bu borada Yangi O'zbekiston Universiteti ya'ni qabul kunlari hamda qabul jarayoni ochiq deb e'lon qilamiz va barcha yoshlarni taklif qilamiz. Rahmat kattakon.
We would like to thank everyone once again for participating in this press conference. Thank you so much for attending. It's our pleasure to have you all here. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you, Ms. Hettinger, Professor Herman. It's our great honor and pleasure to have you all here. We once again announce our admission process for the new academic year to be open, and we will welcome all the applications of talented and prosperous students at our university. The country needs high qualified candidates and high qualified specialists in order to develop in the most amazing way. Thank you very much.